So, good evening, ma'am. I am under the historical fiction, and the title of my story is Little House on the Prairie. So, author's information. Her full name is Laura Ingalls Wilder, born on February 7, 1867, in Pippen, Wisconsin, USA. Hi, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am. I'm under the historical fiction, and the title of my story is Little House on the Prairie by L. Wilder. So, author's information. Her full name is Laura Ingalls Wilder, born on February 7, 1867, in Pippen, Wisconsin, USA. And she died on February 10, 1957, in Mansfield, Missouri, USA. She is best known for Little House on the Prairie because the book portrays the challenges and adventures of growing up on the American frontier, including prairie life, building homes, and surviving harsh conditions. Relatable family themes. It highlights values, hard work, resilience, and morality, which resonate generations. Also, it has historical insight. It preserves a real-life picture of 19th century American frontier life through a child's perspective, making it both educational and entertaining. So, in short, it's memorable, relatable, and historically rich, which is why it is which is why it became her signature work. So, Wilder began writing in her 60s, turning her early memories into classic children's literature. She grew up in a farming family and experienced frontier life, including harsh winters, settlement challenges, and interactions with Native Americans. Her books are inspired by her childhood as a pioneer girl moving across the American Midwest. So, the summary. So, The Little House on the Prairie tells the story of the Ingalls family as they leave Wisconsin and travel to the Kansas prairie in search of new land. They build their own house, farm, and adapt to the challenges of frontier life. The family faces struggles, illness, storms, prairie fire, and tension with the Native American tribes. So, in the end, the government tells them the land belongs to a reservation, so the family is forced to leave and start over. So, the story talks about how family is kanang kuan jud kayo ba, like kanang bitong through ups and down. If mag-uban ang family is kaya jud tanan. So ang first man jud ato is si ilang father is nakag-decide nga mo balhin og puyo from Wisconsin to Kansas, kay gusto lagi ni tagaan og better better life bitayang family nga wala nila na-experience pag sukat-sukat. So, sa prairie is dito sa Kansas, usa siya ka land nga as in luag siya nga land. Like kana bitong patag tapos dagag grass. like mura jud siya inaniyo kanang nasa PPT. Inani jud siya perma and luag gid siya. Pwede siya matanaman or crops and kuan, but along the way sa ilang pag-travel nagit sila yung mga na-face nga challenges, but it was worth it pagkaabot na gid nila sa place which is sa Kansas. Pagkaabot na jud nila dito, nakaingon jud sila nga mao na jud ilang home, like nakita na jud nila bitaw nga kanang dito na jud sila like magpuyo jud nana nya nagsugod na dayon sila tanom, nagdig og well nana, tas nagsugod og buhi sa mga hayop. Then one day naay naabot nga mga kuan sa government or like soldier nana nga kuan lagi daw katong land is naka-reserve na siya sa mga Native American, which is murag na siya tag-iya man di ay nana ba nya gi-force sila nga ipalayas. So bantog ang title is Little House on the Prairie because paglakaw nila is naagid gyapon ang balay dito sa land katong ilang gi-build, naagid gyapon siya dito nagpabilin. And then pero though hilakaw sila nga medyo naay kaguol, pero thankful gyapon sila because uban gyapon sila nga family. As long as uban sila, kaya ra jud nila lampasan ang tanan ina na bitaw. So moving forward, the settings. The time is the late 18th American frontier era, and the place is malagito no sa Kansas dapit, and the environment is wild and developed land, isolated, filled with animals, long grass, unpredictable weather, and limited settlers. So murag more on more on nature. So the characters and traits. So Laura Ingalls, the brave, curious, adventurous, and observant. So their father, Charles Ingalls, or si Pa, the hardworking, resourceful, optimistic, and protective. And also si Caroline Ingalls, which is their mother or mom, calm, patient, disciplined, nurturing. And Mary Ingalls, responsible, gentle, and obedient. And baby Carrie or Carrie, so innocent and cheerful. So Mr. Edwards, so helpful, friendly, and loyal. Mani siya tong nag-help sa ila to cope up sa mga challenges. Murag kibali man siya neighbor nila nana. And the Native American tribes, so represents the original inhabitants, shown with both dignity and cultural tension. So malagito no sila gid ay gid ang kanang nag-own adto nga land. So the plot overview. The Ingalls family leaves Wisconsin to build a new life on the Kansas prairie. So mato gilakaw sila sa Wisconsin, tas giadto sa Kansas to build a new life. And then they construct a log house, dig a well, and begin farming the land. Then they meet neighbors, including Mr. Edwards, and encounter Native American tribes. And the family faces dangers such as illness and prairie fire and harsh weather. So next is tension rises as Native Americans move through the area. So malagito no ang tension kay kuan na dayon kay murag kibali mura sila gailog sa land inana. So number 6, soldiers inform settlers that the land belongs to the reservation. And number 7, the family must leave the home they worked so hard to build. So themes, family and survival. So the Ingalls rely on unity and cooperation. So courage and perseverance. Frontier life requires strength and bravery. Cultural differences shows misunderstandings between settlers and Native Americans, and the simplicity and gratitude, appreciating small joys and daily comforts. So, pioneer spirit, hope, and determination to build a better life. And imagery, vivid descriptions of nature. So, tall grasses, sunsets, prairie winds. So, more on, nakafocus siya is, yung imagery is more on siya no, nature. Kay, dito man dyan ang kuan sa, like, setting the pictures sa mga nature, something na. So, sensory details of frontier life, the sound of wolves, heat of the fire, cold winters. So, descriptions create a strong picture of the wild, open, prairie, and the family's daily routines. So, paradox. The prairie is beautiful yet dangerous, a place of opportunity and risk at the same time. So, beautiful yet dangerous because tsada siya po'y andito but they didn't know nga na ano titagyado, which is makag-cause gid siya tension between the two kay diba ang tag-iya is Native American niya, dito pa din sila nagpuyo pero di man sila aware, diba, wala man sila kabalo, unaware man sila nga naa na di tag-iya adto kay lagi mura siya wide land nga grabe ka unsa na oy, like mura siya wide land nga murag walay tag-iya inana pero naa di ay. So settlers see the land as empty and open, o diba, yet it already belongs to Native Americans. The family feels both free and isolated on the wide plains. So the tone and mood, nostalgic, calm, respectful, hopeful, sometimes tense when danger appears. So mood, peaceful and warm during family moments, suspenseful and anxious during illness, storms, or Native American conflict. So main conflicts, man versus nature. Storms, fire, sickness, wild animals, and man versus environment, building a home on unfamiliar land. And we have man versus society, tension between settlers and the Native Americans over land rights. Lagi na nagkakos gid siya tension kay syempre naa jud po rights ang Native American kay naka-reserve naman sila ang land, and while sila sa iyang family is unaware pod nga naa day tagya adto. So makag-cause siya ko tension kay siguro abi sa Native American o like ginaangko na ilang yuta but dili man pud sala siguro sa family kay unaware man sila nga naa day tagiya kay as far as we remember nga kuan gali siya no, wait, kuan siya diba empty and open, so abi nila walay tag-iya na. So, personification. The prairie seems alive with winds and moving grasses. The fire runs across the land like a wild creature. So the wind howls through the house at night. So this brings nature to life and makes scenes more dramatic. So climax. The climax occurs when US soldiers warn the settlers that their homes are built on Native American reservation land. So diri lagi din no nga part nga giabot din ang mga soldiers. Tas gi-inform sila nga ang ila ding napuy-an is naa na di tag-iya ang naka-reserve na siya sa mga Native American. After all the hardships and effort, the Ingalls family realizes they must leave immediately, leading to the emotional peak of the story. So, point of view, third person limited, focusing mainly on Laura's perspective. The narrator describes events based on Laura's thoughts and feelings. So, nalimtan din po na ko, no, nga this story is a semi-autobiography kay kanang naka-base jud ang story sa experiences sa author jud siya mismo gikan. So, mao ra to.